Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Amanda here, and today's video is very exciting for me. It is another unboxing video, and this time we are doing the ScrawlrBox unboxing. This is the June box. It takes it a little longer to get here because I think it's a UK based company, and I am not in the UK, like not at all in the UK, so yeah. It takes a little bit longer to get here, but I'm very excited about it. This is my very first one, and hopefully it's nice to me. I'm trying my best not to watch any kind of spoiler videos by anybody else so that I can see for myself when I open the box what is inside. So I'm very excited. So without any further ado, let's jump inside here and yeah, check out what's in this box. Very exciting. Oh my goodness. No idea what's in these boxes. But when it came to deciding what art subscription boxes to go for, Palettefull Packs and ScrawlrBox seem to be the top two. So those are the two that I have subscribed to and will continue to do for now. So let's see what's in this box. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, it's got a little sticker. Ooh, look in here. Everything's in a little tissue paper. Ooh. Look at this. @milktu_. Ooh, I love it. That's so nice. So featured artist is Joanna Fee. There is that information. Ooh, from Portugal. This is gorgeous. I love this. I'm gonna put this up on my board. We've got paper. Ooh, it's so textured. Ooh, it's really nice. Let me say ooh one more time. How about we say ooh again? Okay, so it's very textured. Nice. What else do we have? We have got our little card here. All right, ScrawlrBox June. It's got watercolors in it. Yay, something I'm familiar with and not a pen pastel. Lovely. Okay, so it looks like we've got a travel set of De La Rowney Aquafine watercolors. Ooh, I don't have these, so that's great. And it's in a little bitty tin. It's 12 colors and a little brush. Oh, there is the colors on the back that come with it. Let's bust this bad boy out of the plastic. Oh, look at that. A little moist. Ooh, I hope that means that these are just going to reactivate nicely. The fact that they sort of pop out and are stuck to the top here, I mean, is not great. And maybe for how small the actual set is, but speaks a little bit to how well the actual tins or pans will re-wet. Does this pop out? Does it? Does it? Maybe? Does it? I'm gonna break it. It looks like it should pop out. Oh, I got it. I got it. So this pops out, and then you have more space underneath. I thought I broke it for a second, but I didn't break it. It pops out. Look. Totally pops out. And then you have more room in your palette. And all of these pans seem to be labeled on the side as well. It's the Aquafine number 651 Lemon. And it's got the actual pigment information in there as well. So if they go out of order, you know what you're dealing with. So awesome. That is that. We have two Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. We have this lovely brown, the Van Dyke brown, and earth green yellowish. An earth green yellowish, so earthy tones. Awesome. A Staedtler Norris erasable color pencil in red. Ooh, why is it white around the edges? Huh, weird. And ooh, Posca pen. Ooh, a super fine one. It's a really fine tip. Awesome, because I have a thicker tip one, and I don't have one, I don't think, this size, so that's great. Langston Prestige watercolor paper, 300 GSM. That's what the 2 sheets of paper in. And then you've got your Scrawler Challenge, which is Summer Flourish down at the bottom. All right, Summer Flourish with earthy tones. I've got earthy tones in this, and maybe something wreathy or leafy would do good. What is this? A Fruitello Duo stick. So it looks like apple and pineapple. Is that a pineapple? Let's taste the candy. Ew. It's only 100 degrees outside. I don't know why the candy would have melted. Oh, it's squishy. Ew, it's got two colors in it because it's a duo. Yeah. There. Oh, it's true. It's fruity. It's weird. And our sticker. Alright. So, let's swatch watercolors, I think. Yeah. So we can see what these watercolors look like, and then we can figure out what we're going to draw. Okay. Let's dig right in here. This is a teeny weeny little brush. It is a number 4 Aquafine. It's like half a brush. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I'm excited to use it now. Oh, it's so tiny. Let's grab a paper towel so that we can clean the brush, and let's swatch. Alright, so I'm going to use this page to swatch everything out, see how everything works, and maybe sketch out what we're going to do, and then we will use the other sheet for the finished piece. So, ooh, they do re-wet nicely. That just wet right up. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's very bright. I like it. It's very pigmented. That's nice. Neat. Here's the thing that I'm noticing with these watercolors. See, with a lot of watercolors, I tend to find the need to spray them beforehand to sort of activate them on top. And that doesn't seem to be an issue with this. Like, they really re-wet nicely, which is why I think they sort of stuck to the lid of the pan, because it is like 100 degrees here and very, very, very humid to boot. And so I think that's why they sort of pop out of their little shells. But that was a good indication that it was going to re-wet really, really nicely, and I do like that. I don't like having to fight for my pigment. Okay, so that is all of the watercolors. They're really nice. They're really pigmented. I love that. It lends to more of an earthy feel, so you're not going to find any pinks or any, you know, purples in this. You've got your primaries, you've got greens, and then you've got all these brown earthy sort of tones, which I really, really like because it's not a palette that I have, or I don't have anything like it. So let's look at the polychromos. This is the green. Yeah, it's nice. It's a very nice color. Oh, I like it. And the brown, you could use that for some line art. We've got the red Stedler. Should be erasable. Erasable-ish. Not really used. Erasers on the back of pencils. Let's try. And it picks up okay. So just, they're not always as erasable as they say they are. And then we've got our Posca pen. So let's get this thing open and ready, which would be great for some highlights, because this Daler Rowney watercolor set actually does not have a white in it, which is perfectly fine because not a lot of people use white in a watercolor. They prefer to use the white of the page, and you can go in with something like this Posca pen or a Jelly Roll or any white gel pen and do it that way. It writes nicely over top of everything. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Love a white Posca pen. Alright, so let's see, what should we do? Oops, not dry yet. What should we do for our artwork. I'm thinking like a wreath with maybe some leafy elements coming off of it, and maybe some summer fruit with a little watermelon. We've got red and green watermelon, strawberry kind of thing, and then just some, yeah, some leafy elements. So let's sort of plan that out. Just go around. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle because it won't, you want it to be a little bit more organic. Let's see, strawberries are sort of this shape. Such a piece of watermelon, the rind. What else is a summer fruit? It's got seeds in it. I think we have fruit in different places all the way around. See, we got some lemons, and what is a fruit? Like an orange slice. Orange slice. Maybe a bow, which you can't see. It's sort of like multi-stacked bows. It's got little pieces coming off of it everywhere. And then just like really fill out with leafy elements. So let's play around with just blocking in some colors to see how that's all going to work together. The yellow, I think we're gonna have to mix a bit of the orange because I don't have, that's still more gold than it is anything else. So to get a real vibrant orange, we're gonna need to mix. Too much. Take it back, take it back. There we go. That's like really vibrant orange. That really go in there and drown it out. Maybe inside. You want it to be balanced. You need to drown out some of this red color for our strawberry. We've got another strawberry floating back here. Okay. We've got the watermelon, which needs to be a slightly different color. You definitely want that more rosy color. I'm really liking the fineness of this little brush. I sent it flying a few minutes ago into my big suitcase of a purse, and I nearly lost it forever, but I found it. It's safe, it's sound, it's okay. All right, let's see. We need more green. I haven't used the blues, so I think I want to go in with the blues on the bow. They're not going to fit into the like leafy wreath part. That's going to have to be greens and browns to pull it together. These little pans are super pigmented. I love it. I'm not sure how different these blues are going to be. This one seemed to dry so much lighter before, so we'll see once it's dry, but I may have to dilute it a little bit more to get the sort of varied look that I'm going for when it comes to making the bow, because they're looking very similar right now, especially on camera. Let's mix a few different types of greens so that we can have a little bit of variation in our actual leaves. The foliage, a little of the blue in one to give it a nice cooler shade. Brush are so tiny. I mean, it would be great for on the go, but I don't know how well my hand would enjoy it all the time, but it's not bad at all. The actual quality of the brush is really, really nice. And then maybe we need some dark. I keep putting my hand in the blue down here, but that's okay because this is the practice run. Go in and make some berries, extra little pops of color. Maybe add this other red in there as well. So there we have a basic idea. Then once everything is dry, we can sort of go in here and line out the vines that are holding it together with the colored pencils. Everything is very much not dry. Yeah. The beauty of paints that re-wet very, very nicely also take longer to dry. Go in with some highlights. We're gonna need some seeds. Are the seeds black? They're sort of a brownish color, I know, in the watermelon. Go But on the strawberry, are they black or are they red? I think they're red. That doesn't look very strawberry anymore. It's okay, we can fix that. We don't know what fruit that is. It's a fruit I just made up. And then give the leaves and details. That is a very cute wreath. I like that idea, so I think that is what I'm going to go with for the final project. So I'm going to sketch this out again with the red pencil, and we will get into the actual painting, the finished product. So way to color block, Amanda. Not something that I usually do, so I actually find it helpful because, yeah, definitely these are not supposed to be black. These are supposed to be red. These are okay to be black, but they would probably do better as a really dark brown. Okay, let's sketch this thing out. Okay, so not that you can see it really at all, but I've got my wreath sort of all planned out here in the middle of the page, and I made a couple of little changes to it since the little rough draft. So up here I thought it was lacking a little bit, and I put in a little extra, probably a lime up here with the lemon and the little piece of orange or citrus or whatever you want to call it. And then down here I probably added a couple of little, I'm going to call them blueberries down here, and another piece of citrus, and then one strawberry and one little wedge of watermelon. So I think that will be nice and cute. I've also added some little streamer looking things around the wreath itself just to pull the blue all the way through, because I thought that the blue was a little lacking and it stood out a little bit. So I'm going to have the little strings of blue come out the sides. So now it is time to just jump in here and watercolor it out, and then we'll go in and we'll do some detail work with our colored pencils. So yeah, let's see how we go. So I'm starting with the blue on the inside of this bow to give it nice amount of time to actually dry before I go in and try to do the outside of the bow, which will be the darker blue. So I don't have this very, very pigmented. I sort of have it watered down for now. I'm going to put a little bit in here and let it bleed through just to give it some depth, because it will dry lighter. Like this one's already kind of dry, so I'll let that separate out. This is really nice paper. I am liking how the watercolor is behaving on it. But I want there to be some separation between this blue and the other blue. But I want it to have time to dry so that I have plenty of time to work. And I think I'm going to use a combination of both blues in the little streamer elements that are running around. So I'm going to see how thin a line I can pull with this. See how we go. That's not bad. Okay, so now we're going to continue now. Trying to give the lemon a little bit of shading. So I'm using that darker yellow that we're going to pull into the citrus. Look at me, and not waiting for things to dry, as usual. I want a very vibrant green for my lime, but I don't want it to be the same color as any of the other greens. So I'm going to mix me a special lime color right here. You'll really never learn. Or lemon. I am not going to do this watermelon until the strawberry is dry, I promise. So let's move over to our blueberries. I'm going to try and fix my poor lemon. It's just not gonna happen. Now it's spreading into the green, but it's okay. At least it's spreading back out of the yellow. I can fix that later. Got a little piece of citrus over here. That's not dry yet. Let's work on our bow. I really have to say that I like the quality of this little brush. Looks really nice. It holds its shape very well, and I can get fine little details with it for it to be a number 4 brush, which is, you know, sort of in between. It's not the tiniest brush that I work with, but it's definitely not one of the bigger ones. So get cute little fine lines with it, but because it is so short, it is sort of cramping my hand a little bit to try and figure out how to hold on to it. So while it would work for on the go, I wouldn't use it for any kind of big project. Not that this is for any kind of big project in the first place. So just something to note, because I do have small hands, and so it weighing on my small hands, it would definitely interfere with someone with bigger hands. Working knowing that I have no black liner is a real struggle for me. I like outlining my work, so this is definitely new for me. So I think I'm trying to add more details in where I would have lines that usually separate the different parts out. And I'm trying to add some shadow with the watercolors because I know I'm limited to a green and a brown, neither of which are in this bow as my colored pencils on top. So struggle is real in trying to figure out how to bring these colors and these little aspects to life. I think this is dry, so I can go in here and start on my watermelon. So I'm going to mix some of the red that we used for the strawberry with some of this deeper brown, the burnt sienna, to give me a darker shade for the bits in our strawberry. That's not dry. Once it dries, I'm going to use just the brown as the seeds. Oh no! I touched it. I touched it. I can't stop. I can't stop. Let's do some leaves, and then maybe we can stop touching stuff. I'm starting to love how all of the different greens are coming together and filling out the wreath. very fun and very relaxing to paint. While it is fun to sort of create a new character or something based off of the prompts, it's also fun, I think, to just sit back and chill and just paint something really, really simple with no pressure. Alright, I've got some berries. We need some like vines going through here, and I'm wondering if I can do it with this and then darken it up in some areas with the pencil. So let's try. I mean, I don't want it to be a continuous line. I want it to look like it could sort of meet, like it's sort of entwined, but I'm not trying to be exactly precise about where it starts and stops. So I just want it to be twisty. So I'm going to put a few seeds in my watermelon. I think that's plenty, and I am going to leave this watercolor alone before I touch something else that I shouldn't while it's wet. Have the green, the brown, and the red that I can go in and sort of shade with. So I'm going to start with trying to give a little bit of shading to some of the leaves. See what that looks like. Alright, I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to be our finished piece, which is just a happy little summer wreath that I really, really enjoy. I really like it. I like how it came out. It's something very simple with very simple shapes that just about anybody can do. Got a couple of teardrop shapes, some little leaf shapes, and just some twisty vines. So Nothing too complicated here at all, but very summary, and so it fits in with the prompt. I have to say that I just absolutely love these Daler Rowney watercolors. They are really nice down on the paper. They wet and activate really well. They mix well. This palette is really high quality as far as I'm concerned, because the colors here mix very nicely and the pools stay where you put them and don't bead out without any kind of prepping inside of here. So that's really nice. I really like that. I like that this pops out and you can have more space. I like that the labels are on the side, so I cannot sing the praises of this Daler Rowney kit enough. I like that this sort of pops in here as well too. This little brush works great, and it would be great for on the go. Is it great for big projects? Probably not, because it will start to hurt your hand after a while, but it is really, really nice. Polychromos, Faber-Castell, color pencils, great. Staedtler erasable pencil, just about the same as a Color-Race by Prismacolor, so those are what they are. They don't really erase great, but they do erase some, and I'll probably try to go in here and clean up some of the lines. Posca pen, love those, perfect for highlights. So it is just absolutely bang up kit as far as I'm concerned for my first ever ScrawlrBox. I could not be happier. I'm so happy I got a medium I was somewhat familiar with. I am in no way a watercolor professional at all. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I have played with watercolors before, so that was a nice change from my last palette full packs. But stay tuned for later this week when I open up the new palette full packs box for the month of July. This is the June ScrawlrBox, and I've already done the June palette full packs, which I will link somewhere, and then we'll see you later this week for the July palette full packs and see what is in that bad boy. So again, here is the gorgeous artwork that came with the ScrawlrBox. Here is our little test sheet with our swatches and color mock-up, and this is where we ended up. So I think it looks cute. I definitely had fun, so that is the most important part above all else. The fact that I had fun with this box, it is totally worth the money. So I will link ScrawlrBox down below. It is absolutely not sponsored in any way. If they want to sponsor me, that'd be great, but it is not sponsored in any way. I paid for this with my own money. It is not an affiliate link or anything like that, but I will definitely leave the information down below in case you want to check out ScrawlrBox for yourself. Alright, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I want to thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a big thumbs up if you found it at all helpful. And until next time, bye everyone.